Hello everyone, I'm D. Geller. The theme this time is Metaverse. Metaverse became a hot topic when Facebook changed its name to Meta. On February 18, 2022, YouTube, under the umbrella of Google in the United States, was considering entering the Metaverse. It was revealed in the Japanese version official blog. Maybe some of you have heard the word Metaverse itself? So what is the Metaverse? The word refers to virtual space. This theme will explain such Metaverse in an easy-to-understand manner. Metaverse means a virtual world, but its meaning is abstract and often seems confusing, isn't it? However, when you hear this, you may be surprised. Animal Crossing is an abbreviation for Animal Crossing, which was crowded with the corona. Atsumori is a metaverse where unique animals and you, who have moved as new residents, live. In other words, the metaverse is a space where you can act in a virtual space while having a body in the real world. The word metaverse is said to have come from Neal Stephenson's book, The Stage of Snow Crash, and the world in which humans interact in the internet through avatars. The metaverse, formed from meta and universe, as the English meaning means, refers to a world of a different dimension than the present. It's an abstract meaning, but it might be helpful to consider the following example. Sao, Sword Art Online, is based on a light novel. It is a work that has been made into an animation and a movie because of its popularity, and if you are a game player, you may have seen it in collaboration. As a result of the main characters living on the Earth wearing VR to play a game called Sword Art Online, one day, Sao's consciousness is blown to another world. The metaverse is an easy-to-understand example of how the body is in the real world, but the consciousness is flying to another world. Mamoru Hosoda's work, Summer Wars, is also a metaverse. In the virtual space on the internet, you create your own avatar, and in a world where you pay for all the infrastructure in the virtual space, it is familiarly used as something that makes the real world more comfortable. In other words, metaverse thus refers to a space where you can enjoy the virtual world while the substance is real. Then, I will touch on the relationship between the metaverse and the blockchain. Blockchain is also a confusing word, but in fact there is a deep connection between metaverse and blockchain. Blockchain is a mechanism that makes it difficult to falsify data by mutually monitoring transactions on each net. By utilizing the blockchain that prevents such data tampering, it is possible to create unique non-copied data, NFT. NFT is a technology that can add author and owner information to digital data. For example, data can be duplicated by nature, and it is currently difficult to prove which is the original data. However, if you use NFT technology to add original information to your digital data, you will be able to treat your digital data as a non-substitutable asset. Of course, like paintings, fakes may be on the market, but only the original work is given the original data of the creator. And the land and buildings in the metaverse space can also be capitalized by using NFT technology. Thanks to the development of these technologies, NFT-based businesses are becoming more active not only in Japan but also overseas. Next, I would like to explain an example of using metaverse. First is an online conference. Metaverse technology is used in online conferences. Unlike the previous Meet and Zoom, in Metaverse, you will go to the virtual space in the form of an avatar and have a discussion there. If you install VR etc., you will be able to operate the computer with the computer in front of you even though you should be in the virtual space. By using the VR space, you can feel as if you are working next to a colleague. And use in games. Metaverse is also used in games. In the so-called open field game world, loading time is reduced and the characters you control roam the game world. The field, which used to have a narrow range of game activities, is now very wide. Finally, virtual lives similar to using it in games, but metaverse may also be used in virtual live performances. In the case of live concerts in 3D so far, there was the merit that the live space could be seen as if it were the real world, but there was no synesthesia of sharing the same space and the same time. But with the metaverse, you can enjoy synesthesia. For example, in the game Fortnite, metaverse is used to hold EDM concerts in the same game. EDM is an abbreviation for electronic dance music, which means electronic music. It is played using a synthesizer or sequencer. In the past, EDM artist, Marshmello, and others have participated in the concert, and many people enjoyed the live performance on the Metaverse. In this way, by utilizing Metaverse, you will be able to enjoy real-time, live, with a sense of reality. Next, let's think about the benefits of the Metaverse. There are already a lot of useful things around us, so some may think that no more new technologies are needed. Meanwhile, there are two reasons why Metaverse is attracting attention. First, online contact. Online contact, which was previously said to be difficult, is now possible with the Metaverse. For example, web conferencing systems such as Meet and Zoom had the problem of not being able to see gestures for a short time. Also, problems such as awkwardness for a while and not knowing who to talk to often made me less productive than offline meetings. Metaverse can solve these problems. For example, if you combine it with VR technology, you can create a space where the other person is talking in front of you, so you can experience the feeling of having a meeting in a contact space. And the second is the realization of a new business through Metaverse. It is common to sell NFT works using NFT platforms such as OpenSea, but if you can sell on your own Metaverse, you will be able to negotiate prices through conversations with customers. So are there any disadvantages or precautions of Metaverse? The innovation of the Metaverse is high, and there is a possibility that the Metaverse will become more widespread in the future. On the other hand, there are still some disadvantages and precautions that need to be resolved. Therefore, from here, I will explain the disadvantages and precautions of Metaverse. 1. VR preparation is troublesome. In the case of Metaverse that utilizes VR, there are voices saying that it is troublesome to prepare for VR. In particular, Gen Z has said that it is unclear whether it is necessary to interact on the Metaverse, and it seems necessary to clarify the segregation between regular online meetings and Metaverse meetings. 2. Dependence on the Metaverse space. The disadvantage is that it may depend on the Metaverse space. Since Metaverse is highly immersive, it has been pointed out that once you get hooked on the space, you cannot easily get out of it. Always get into the Metaverse and be careful not to lose track of which is the reality. 3. Wallet vulnerability. You should also be aware of wallet vulnerabilities. When purchasing NFTs through OpenSea or using in-game cryptocurrencies, you need to use a virtual wallet now called a wallet. However, wallets have been hacked so far, and in fact there have been cases where cryptocurrencies have been stolen in the past. In some cases, the lack of attention of the user is a problem, but in some cases the contents of the wallet have been stolen even though they have been used properly, so the version of the wallet has been upgraded with more security in mind. May be needed. Next, I will explain about the Metaverse that is familiar to us. You might think that the Metaverse is a little further, but in fact we are already full of technologies that utilize the Metaverse. For example, Fortnite. You may have seen Fortnite play videos on YouTube. Fortnite is a game built by Epic, where you can play online matches, create your own island, live concerts and more. The world of Fortnite is said to be a Metaverse space, and further updates are expected in the future. Decentraland is also building the Metaverse. There is a vast amount of land in the game world of Decentraland, and you can provide services on the land by purchasing the land itself or renting the land that has already been purchased. In fact, the following services are offered: sale of avatar costumes, sale of NFT art. Set up a space where you can play games and collect usage fees. NFT tokens such as land and estate support these technologies. The operation of Decentraland is carried out by the owners of Mama, and the higher the ownership rate of Mama, the deeper the characteristics of being deeply involved in the decision-making of operation in Decentraland. Mama refers to the native token of Decentraland. Horizon Workrooms. The Metaverse conference system was developed by Oculus, a subsidiary of Meta. With this system, which allows up to 16 people to participate in the VR space, you can enter the VR space as an avatar and have discussions there. Until now, online conferencing systems have had no depth or width. Since it is only a system in which the people on the screen communicate with each other, even if they are connected on the screen, it is undeniable that they are somewhere far away. Horizon Workrooms solves this problem. To use this service, you will need accessories such as VR masks, but if you enter Horizon Workrooms with all the equipment, you will see a conference room in front of you. If you look sideways, you will find a colleague, and in front of you there is a computer that you can operate, and the moderator can write letters on the whiteboard. This space, where you can feel as if you were there, is suitable for more creative dialogue, and the actions of the other party are reflected in the avatar in real time, just like in the chats so far. Let's also touch on the investment situation of Metaverse. How do investors around the world see this situation as the world draws attention to the Metaverse? From here, I will explain the investment situation of Metaverse in an easy-to-understand manner. Metaverse-related stocks are currently in the spotlight. The reason for this is the average annual growth rate of the Metaverse. According to Canadian research firm Emergency Research, the Metaverse market is expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of around 43% by 2028. For now, the focus is on the global Metaverse business rather than on Japanese companies, but there is a possibility that Japanese companies will also be attracting attention in the future. For example, Gree, which is famous for social games, operates a virtual live distribution application, Reality, but has announced that it will handle this business as a Metaverse business in the future. In addition to this, carrier companies such as NTT and KDDI are also entering the Metaverse, and we can expect future Metaverse business in Japan. Rising prices of virtual currencies led by Sand. Like Decentraland, Sand is a virtual currency used in the Metaverse game, The Sandbox. You can list the land, equipment, and created items purchased in the game on the NFT marketplace. As of January 2021, the price of sand was in the range of 3 to 5 yen, but in March 2021, the price was raised to the 90s, and as of November 2021, it touched 500 yen. Achieved the maximum value since the birth of sand as an NFT token. The future price movement is not yet visible, but if the number of sand users increases in the future, the price of sand may rise further. Since the value of Metaverse-related virtual currencies such as sand moves in an easy-to-understand manner when Metaverse is noticed, if you are considering entering the virtual currency, check other related stocks such as Mana and Ethereum. It's a good idea to keep it. And it should be noted that Metaverse has an undeveloped law. Currently, Metaverse is gradually gaining recognition, but there are still many issues to be solved. An example of this is the issue of law. For example, on the Metaverse we can build buildings, but the Building Standards Act does not apply to them. Also, as the Japanese Civil Code, in principle, only covers physical objects, ownership is not recognized on the Metaverse. For this reason, if NFT, the one and only digital data on the Metaverse, is stolen, it is difficult to request its return. In July 2021, the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry summarized the legal issues when companies enter the Metaverse, in the Investigation and Analysis Project on Future Possibility and Issues of Virtual Space, but Legal Risks. Is just summarized, but no specific solution is specified. For this reason, companies that operate Metaverse are required to create a system that users can use with peace of mind, but there are many startup companies among Metaverse operating companies, and it is difficult to solve all of the above problems. Summary about Metaverse. In this theme, I explained Metaverse in an easy-to-understand manner. The Metaverse market is expected to grow in the future, but it is not always the case. However, as each company is in the phase of starting to focus on Metaverse, it is highly probable that the market will rise in the future. Since Metaverse can be used not only for entertainment such as games, but also for business, it is expected that there will be a polarization between those who can adapt to the accelerating changes in the environment and those who do not. It is important for us to be accustomed to the changes in the world, and I think that people who are not accustomed to it will complain about society. But 10 years ago and 20 years ago, society is changing drastically every generation. So, I think that there are a few people who have stopped using the same technology as 30 years ago. It would be nice to be able to face the changing times with a forgiving feeling, of course, face history, and recognize the future. See you all again. It was a D. Geller.